Phillips Camp Kindergarten. Well, I'm outside in our front yard today because I'm going to show you a bunch of educational games that you can play if you have some sidewalk chalk and a sidewalk. Now, if you don't have a driveway like I'm going to show you, you can use a little space of sidewalk. You don't have to do all these games in one day, but I'm just going to give you some choices of fun games that you can play on a nice sunny day like today. Okay, so the first game I'm going to show you is called a sight word race. So you need some cards or pieces of paper and you have to write your sight words down. Then you're going to draw circles on the sidewalk and write a sight word in each circle. And then you also need a starting line, okay? Because you can play this with a friend and you have to race to get to the sight word. So how you play is you flip over one of your cards. Whoops. And read the word. What word is this? What? So I would read what, and me and the person I'm racing against would race to get on the word first. Then we would flip the next word. You put this one at the bottom. See what the next word is. What word is this? Want. So then I have to find it and I have to race and be the first one there. Okay, so you can play this in a couple different ways. If you're by yourself, it's still fun. I'm playing it by myself right now. I can flip the card, read it, and run to the sight word. But if you can play with someone else, it would be fun to race and challenge each other too. So this is the first game. It's called Sight Word Race. All right, so the next game I'm going to show you is called Beanbag Edition. And you need some bean bags to play this game, and you need chalk so that you can draw the game out on the sidewalk. So the first thing you draw is a starting line, which I drew right about here. And then I drew my game board, which has 3 circles that are different sizes. So I drew one small circle with the number 3 inside, a medium circle with the number 2 inside, and a larger circle with the number 1 inside. So if I throw a beanbag and it lands in the red circle, I'm going to get 3 points. If I throw another beanbag and it lands in the 1 circle, I'm going to get 1 point. And I'm going to add those numbers together. So 3 plus 1 makes 4. Good job. So let's try it out. Remember, with a beanbag, oh, I got 3 right away. You throw underhand, not overhand. You're going to throw under. So you step and throw. Oh, I got 0 points on that one, but that's okay. So how many did I get in all? 3 plus 0 equals 3. Okay, so this is a good one to practice. If you really want to challenge yourself, you can count by 10. So you can have 10, 20, or 30 points. All right, so that one's called Beanbag Edition. All right, we're on to game number 3 now, and this is an upper and lowercase letter match. So all I did was take chalk, you just need chalk for this one, and I wrote my uppercase letters on one side and my lowercase letters on the other. But do you notice something silly? I wrote in ABC order on this side with the uppercase letters, but my lowercase letters are on this side. Sorry, someone's jamming to some good music. Okay. But on the right side, we have lowercase letters and they're out of order. Okay, so I have A, B, C, D, and E, but they're not in that order. That's part of the game. So now I'm gonna take my chalk. If you're playing with a friend, you can take turns, okay? So I'm gonna use yellow and I'm gonna try to match my uppercase to my lowercase A. Let's see, here's A. Oop, there's A. And if I was playing with a friend or Mr. Phillips, then it would be his turn and he could use a different colored chalk, okay? So I matched my A. There's D. There's C. Here's B. And there's E. Okay, you can do it with a few letters. Maybe you want to challenge yourself and do the whole alphabet, or you can do 5 letters a day just to keep practicing. It's up to you. Okay, so that is the upper and lowercase letter match game. All right, so now we're on to game number 4, and this one's really fun. You just need chalk to draw out the game board. And I call this one Find Things That Start With ... So what you're gonna do is, you're gonna draw yourself a grid. This is a grid, and you're gonna give a column for each letter. So I chose letter C, D, G, and R. So now I'm gonna run around my yard looking for things that start with each of these letters, and I'm gonna sort them into each column. All right, I ran around my yard and I found some items that start with these letters. So I found my cards for letter C, cards. I found these dandelions that start with D, D. I found some grass that starts with G, G. And I found some rocks that start with R, R. Okay? So you can come up with whatever letters you want to try and make your own grid and go on a hunt around your yard. All right, I'm going to show you the fifth and final game. Okay, so similar to the last game, we're going to play another sorting game. But this one, you have to find things that are a certain color. So if you take a look at the game grid here, I wrote the question, or I wrote the comment, find things that are, so we have yellow, green, and blue. Now remember, you can do any colors you want, but think about things you might find in your yard that you can go hunt for. So I'm gonna go find things that are yellow, things that are green, and things that are blue. So count me down. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I found some things that are different colors and I put them in their categories. And another fun thing you can do with this game is you can time yourself. Maybe you set a timer for 3 minutes on your, ask your parents if they can time you on their phone, or if you have a timer on the microwave, but make it a challenge. It's so much fun. Okay, so down here, let's see what we found. For yellow, I have my bean bag, yellow chalk, the dandelions, another piece of yellow chalk. I'll put those together. And a yellow card. Then in the green, I have some pretty green leaves, some grass, and a dead leaf. And then for blue, we found a painted rock, a blue piece of chalk, and a card. Okay, now we can actually count each item that belongs in each category. That way we know which one we have the most of. We could even practice writing it in a sentence. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to count these as one item because they're really the same, but you can count them as different items if you want. So we have 4. And then with the green, I have live leaves that are still alive. I have some grass and I have a dead leaf. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then for the blue category, I have 1, 2, 3. So which one do I have the most of? Remember, we're learning about greater than and less than, or most and least. So I have the most yellow items. I'm gonna write that as a sentence just for fun. I have, oops, sight word. I have the most yellow. Uh-oh, I might run out of space. I'll write it real small down here. Items. Okay? All right, so I hope you had fun learning some new games that you can play at home. I gave you 5 ideas. See if you can play these games at home, maybe with a brother or sister, mom or dad, or play by yourself and have a lot of fun. Have a great afternoon.